All right, welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. It's July, first day of July. 3 more days and we get Independence Day. That was 6 Feet Under, a cover of AC/DC, TNT. They're a band from Florida. They're actually pretty fucking cool. So, the singer was the original singer for Cannibal Corpse. And then they replaced them, and Cannibal Corpse blew up. And 6 Feet Under, they're still kind of famous, but not as big as Cannibal Corpse. I've always preferred 6 Feet Under. They actually live in Florida, around the same area where I grew up and was raised and stuff. And it's kind of cool, like, because they didn't blow up like Cannibal Corpse, they're still like pizza boys, like deliver pizzas and make pizzas during the day. They still have their day jobs, but they're rock stars at night. I don't know. It's kind of cool. They did a whole documentary on them. I can't remember the album. I have it, and it came with a DVD, but they're a cool band, man. Check them out. They're like obviously death metal, but they're sick, dude. So, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up. If you want to donate $1, that would help immensely. It goes back into the channel, helps me buy notebooks, pen, paper. I am making a sign over there in the corner for the channel. I'm gonna do some sign ninja shit on days off. Bring people to the channel, like instead of being a homeless guy out there, I'm gonna be spinning a sign like, check out my fucking channel. So let's see, as far as updates, not really much is going on. I'm playing Minish Cap. That came in yesterday. First time playing it, Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. This is actually a fake cartridge. Sorry, Nintendo, but people are making fake cartridges that are affordable, and I get to play shit that I want to play. It works, It's fucking dope. It's story heavy, which is what I prefer in a Zelda, is story heavy Zeldas. I'm loving it. This is my first time ever playing it. I always seen it growing up, and was like, dude, I want to play that so fucking bad, because it looks so cool, the little sassy hat that you wear. And I don't want to get too into it because we will do a game review on it. I've been playing through the old Zeldas. Go check out that playlist. It's literally titled Zelda. I think there's 4 reviews on there, and then one Zelda talk podcast in general about the actress that they're choosing to play Zelda is transsexual. Crazy. We live in 2025 clown world, so yep, Zelda's a tranny. But yeah, so that's about it as far as updates. This is a rare occasion, but I got a listener email. So, if you guys don't know, you are welcome to email me. My email's always in the description, especially if you're listening on YouTube. My email's in the description. That's where my biggest fan base is. Well, not fan base. You guys know what I'm saying. That's where my biggest listeners amounts is YouTube. So, if you want to email me, go ahead and email me. I will respond. And if it's interesting enough, I'm obviously going to talk about it. So, yeah, hit me up in the emails, dude. I tell people that, dude. I've had people hit me up with crazy paranormal stories, ufology, just interesting shit, dude. If you think, hey, that Abe would like to hear about this, tell me. Email me, dude, and I will respond. Yes, I'm full-time. I work a normal day job that's 40 hours a week, but I will respond. I will get around to it. So, this email was highly concerning, but highly interesting. So, I'm going to use an alias for this person, and you'll see why when I read this email. I'm just going to call this person Ren, RN, Ren. And you'll see why. Hey there. And this is from Ren. I'm going to read the email, and we're going to talk about it. Hey there. I'm sorry it has taken a bit to email you. I am Ren from South Carolina. My husband is very abusive. First of all, right there, we're going to do commentary throughout. I've talked about it in passing. I mean, I kind of went into detail. I don't think I've ever dedicated a whole episode on my late ex-wife. She is dead now. She used to beat the shit out of me. And I'm not being like over dramatic or like woe is me. She used to beat the shit out of me. Like punch me in the face. She knocked my face around so much, punching me in the face as hard as she could one night, that I swear she ripped the inside of my eye, because for like years I would see flashes. And my mom had the same issue. She was at Busch Gardens. She was riding a roller coaster, and she ripped, I think it was like a retina or something. So, you came to the right place. Now, this is a woman emailing, and people can get pissed off. I really don't give a fuck. Luckily, you were born with a vagina. The court system and the system in general is more willing to help women. And it is what it is. So it's going to be easier for you than me. Sadly, men who get abused, because it's more rare, and because the system is more geared and aimed at women, we don't get the help that you guys get. If anything, we get made fun of. Oh, your woman, your wife, who's 5 foot, 90 pounds, beats the shit out of you? You're crazy, you're, what a pussy, We get made fun of, sadly. So, my husband is very abusive. I had a weird question. My husband has recently gotten worse, and I spend every weekend in the living room because he closes himself up in the bedroom, and when he comes out, he calls me names. So, he's verbally abusive. He insults me in front of the kids. That's what's concerning right here. He insults me in front of the kids. So he's verbally abusive, and there's children involved. Me and my wife, we literally, I think it was last episode, we were talking about, I had a long intro, but we had been going on dates the past 2 days of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We went to Buc-ee's, and we went to a rubber duck race. While we were driving around to these places, it's very odd that I got this email. I do believe in synchronicities. The older I've gotten, and just how magical my life is, I've realized that there's no such thing as coincidence. We actually were talking about my mom and my upbringing. My dad was physically abusive, and he used to beat me up, like punch my face, like just bad shit. Like, I was physically abused growing up by my father. And I was telling my wife, that there's a lot of resentment in my heart against my mother. For her, there's resentment, but there's also understanding and devil's advocate, I guess you could call it. There's a part of me that goes, okay, I get it. My dad was a buff dude. He used to work out. He was jacked. He looked like a gorilla, man. He was built like Joe Rogan. But there's also a part of me that was frustrated with my mom of like, why didn't you save me? Why didn't you get me out of there? But there's a part of me that's understanding, and it's like, okay, you loved my father. You were scared of my father. And my father was a gangster, man. Like, he would have tracked her down and shot her ass, you know? He was a gangster. The Williams is a crime family from Michigan. He's kind of like mafia, dude. So, your children are either going to resent you, in my opinion, or hopefully they're very intelligent enough to not resent you and be like, hey, I understand that mom was scared. And there's nothing wrong with being scared. We've talked about fear on this channel before. There's nothing wrong with being scared, you know? Scared to leave, you know? And I don't know if you have family and stuff. This is honestly another thing, and I know this is strange, but I told people I want this channel to blow up. First of all, I want this to be a career because I don't want to work at a gas station for the rest of my life. Second off, dude, I just want to win the lotto so fucking bad because it's like, dude, I could help people. Like, I would email you my phone number if I was like a millionaire and be like, dude, I'm coming down there with like a fucking gang of dudes. We're getting your shit out. We're helping you move. Like, we're gonna get you out of there, girl. Like, I wish I could do that with people, man. But I can't. I can't. All I can do is give advice. So, there is programs. I know this. I don't know if you have access to a vehicle or family members, but there is programs to where you could, if this dude is physically abusive or verbally abusive, if it's is bad, if it's like really bad and you gotta go, there's programs to where, because apparently you have internet access if you're emailing me and commenting and stuff, you got to get a hold of like a social worker or something and be like, hey man, like I'm in an abusive relationship. They will help you. Like, I don't know if this guy works or what, but they will help you sneak out and escape this situation safely. He will punch me or hit me sometimes. He is abusive in every way and controlling. He takes my phone like a child. I found a hex online. This is where it's getting into like conspiracy corner territory, which is cool. I found a hex online that works to confuse people so they cannot harass you. I have never done anything like this before. Last year, I became more spiritually aware. So you had like a spiritual awakening. That's cool. I went through that during a divorce. Actually, as weird as it sounds, like some of the roughest times in your life is like when some of the most spiritually awakening, I don't know, you tap into God more. Like, it's just interesting. I do believe he has a demon in him. So you're using hexes and you believe in demons. So that's kind of almost like ceremonial magic. So you do believe in like demons and angels, it sounds like, but you also believe in magic. Interesting. Nothing wrong with that. I believe in demons and angels. I believe in interdimensional beings, tulpas, you know. He found the message about the hex, and he about killed me. I never did it. His luck, however, keeps getting worse and worse. He hit me a few times. Hang on just a second. Alright, sorry, my wife's phone was going off. Keeps getting worse and worse. He hit me a few times. Okay, we're live. And was mean to my child the week before last. So it sounds like he's abusive to the children. At least verbally. Not physically, it doesn't sound like, which is good. I have never been so fucking angry in my life. He had an abscessed tooth swelling his face so bad. It pulled his eye down and looked like a stroke. I used all that emotion and rage, and I said I want him to scream in pain over and over. Well, it wasn't 30 minutes and my phone rang. It was him. He was upset, saying he woke up in pain. I got pain medication and salt water together to take to him. He was trying to sit up with his eyes rolling into the back of his head. He told me that he woke up in extreme pain and he thought he was dying. Well, the other night, I was talking to my kid about spiders and I mentioned a pregnant one. Well, a little while later, at 3 a.m., so right there, 3 a.m., you're dealing with hexes, you said. 3 a.m. is the witching hour, the devil's hour. So if you're dealing with hexes, that is essentially the left-hand path. There's 2 podcast episodes that I put out. And you can find them on YouTube. Yeah. You can find both of them on YouTube. They haven't censored those ones. And also I'm on Spotify too, so anything that's not on YouTube that got censored by YouTube, it's on Spotify. That's why I keep telling people to go to my Spotify. I did 2 episodes. One of them, you can find it, it's called the Athame, which is like a dagger, Azazel, and the left-hand path. It's something along that name. We get into talking about the left-hand path. The reason I tell people to go check out other episodes is because I don't want to like rehash an entire episode. There's left-hand path magic and then there's right-hand path magic. Left hand being the fallen angels, satanic in a way, a darker path. And there's an episode 2, because we have been going back and forth in the comment section, and you were talking about, do you believe in manifestation? Of course. I have preached manifestation and The Secret on this channel so much. I'm guessing you're a new listener, dude. Of course I believe in manifestation. I'm an occultist. I'm a magician. I practice magic. You have to believe in manifestation if you're practicing magic. So, that being said, there is a law with magic. They call it the Wiccan's Reed, because it's the guy who created Wiccan. You guys know how I feel about Wiccan. But it is a good law to abide by, for one, and 2, it is true. Whatever you do magically and non-magically, because technically it's even magic, like your actions, what you say, what you do is magic. If you give $1 to someone who needs $1, you are casting a spell. You are doing something good. Everything you do will come back threefold. So I found it. The Wiccan Reed is a statement that provides the key moral system in the new religious movement of Wicca. But this is magic in general too. And certain other witchcraft-based faiths. So, I consider myself a ceremonial magician. I'm not Wiccan. But, I still abide by the Wiccan's Reed. So, and ye harm none, do what ye will. Do what thou wilt, but harm none. Because it will come back threefold. So I always like to warn people who are taking left-hand path magic and who are getting into curses and hexes and all that jazz. The pain and suffering that this man is feeling with, you said his face looks like he had a stroke, his eyes are rolling in the back of his head, he's in like severe pain. Just know that everything that he's feeling, if this is from a hex that you put on him, especially if this is happening at like 3 a.m. and shit, you are tapping into something unfathomable as far as like interdimensional beings, fallen angels, whatever you want to call them. I don't do curses. My mother. I keep going back to my mother because it reminds me of my situation. When my mom first split up with my father, she kept putting curses on him. And she was doing it through Yahweh, Jehovah. And she kept putting curses on him, and he kept complaining that he was having heart pains. And like his health started to deteriorate. And I kept telling my mom, because I've been a witch since 16. I kept telling her, I'm like, Mom, you need to stop, dude. And she's like, well, I'm cursing him with Jehovah, Yahweh. And I'm like, doesn't matter. The same rules apply. You are using a lower entity, because I'm Gnostic. So you guys know me. I believe that Jehovah Yahweh is like an interdimensional parasite. It's not the creator of all. Sorry. It's just not. Read the Bible. That dude's a psycho. You're playing with fire. And I kept telling her, man, I'm like, dude, you need to chill with the curses. Because everything you put out comes back threefold. And it did. All her teeth started falling out, which is a symptom of curses, Your teeth will start to fall out. You will start having health problems, if not spiritual warfare. Yeah, and now she has cancer. She has nodules in her lungs. Her teeth fell out. Yeah, it will, you can't be cursing people. Just stop. Don't curse. Don't curse. Please don't curse. That is my advice to you. It will come back threefold. One appeared on the side of the fridge talking about spiders. Never had a spider like that in my home. What the fuck? Does this sound weird to you? Yes, it sounds weird to me. He asked me to remove the hex on him, but I never did one. But life keeps getting worse for him. So, okay, I never did one. So, it doesn't sound like you did the curse. Which is good. So, my advice to you, I know you're interested in researching curses. Research all you want. Research is amazing. That's why I love my channel, doing my channel. I love researching this. But please don't do curses, man. Please don't do curses. It will come back and bite you in the butt. So, you keep seeing spiders, synchronicities with spiders. Let's see what the occult symbolism of a spider is. So the occult symbolism of a spider. Spider and snake are remarkably similar in symbolism. Spider is creator, she is death. On a Freudian level, spider embodies woman. She is the creative force weaving the designs of life and fate. And you were talking about a pregnant spider. Right there. Spider is woman. Spider is associated with words and communication. Words, you were talking about verbal abuse. Right there. And words are spells, as we know. Spider bestows the powers to work magic over people and things. I'm getting cold chills. I don't know about you. By weaving, it gains a certain element of control. Once the prey is wrapped up, this control is complete. So this, yeah, It's a synchronicity, dude. You keep seeing spiders. This is what this means, man. This is literally tying in exactly with what your email was telling me. I'm not saying you noticing that, you're onto something. Yeah. And I didn't plan this, dude. Some find the 8 legs in the body shape in the form of 8 significant. Numerology equates spider with symbol for infinity, so the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, and like it said earlier, the spider and the snake are very similar as far as their meanings. Spider is the totality of life cycle, the beginning and end. The medicine of spiders should be called upon when one feels trapped. And Ren, sounds like you feel trapped. If a web is destroyed, spider recycles it and weaves it anew. So spider allows the individual to assimilate negative experiences and use them for gain. So, in a way, it sounds like you're coming to an end at one phase of your life, and perhaps it'll be a new, better phase for you. I hope. Spider's appearance can symbolize one's fear, which it sounds like you have. When she arrives, it is time to confront one's phobias. Suppressing them without confronting them means they are sure to surface later. Spider allows one to contact one's deepest wisdom, which you did say you're having a spiritual awakening, so that ties in with that, and nurtures a sense of connection and integration at all levels. Her web symbolizes the tying together of loose ideas into a tidy package. The spider person has 2 speeds, motionless and lightning strike. The spider person can have a stinging bite when angered. Deceit is the negative side of the spider's personality. Deceit. A web of rumors, gossip, and lies can easily be woven. So be careful around gossip if you're a spider person. Ren. The person with spider energy may be ruthless and once incited to attack, the punishment is decisive and lethal. Curses, man. So, the lesson of the spider is maintaining balance between past and future, male and female, spiritual and physical. She teaches you that everything you do and experience now is weaving what you will encounter in the future. Threefold law. Everything you do now, it's going to come back threefold. If you're putting out good and love and light, it'll come back threefold. Because of its characteristics, mystics and mythology associate spider with 3 expressions of magic: creation, assertiveness. This is something that I had to deal with in therapy. Assertiveness, dude, because I'm very passive aggressive. You have to learn to be assertive in the way you speak, in the way you think, in the way you act. That is something I struggle with to this day, is being assertive. And the connection between past and future. Questions to ponder when spider appears. Are you weaving your dreams into reality? Are you moving toward a central goal, which in my opinion would be escaping that man? Or are you scattered and going in multiple directions? Are you becoming too involved and or self-absorbed? I don't think that's you at all. Are you focusing on others' accomplishments and not your own? Do you need to write or draw and are not following through? Right there. Are you following through? Do you need to follow through and escape this abusive relationship? I think so. That's just me. Are you developing resentment because of it, for yourself or for them? So, I hope that I answered your email. Ren, I hope. I'll pray for you. I will keep you in my thoughts. And like I said, there's programs, dude. If this dude's smacking you up and shit, and he's being mean to the children, you need to get out, man. And if you're able to email me and like comment on my videos, you can get a hold of like a social worker or something to help you get out of there. I told you my story on how to this day I still have some resentment towards my mother of not getting us out of the situation. And I'm not saying your children will resent you. I'm just saying that is a possibility if you stay in this. I wish you the best. I love you. You know, I love everyone listening. And I hope you all have a good day.